Hi everybody, this is Johnny with City Folk Gardening. Today's Sunday, June 12th. And this is going to be my first full garden tour and show you the progress that I've made over 3 years now since I've moved here. I'm going to start here with all my fruit trees. And they're all starting to look good. These right here, the big ones, I got all fruit from them last year. And some of these smaller ones like this, and one and that one, I've had to replace a couple over the last couple years from just dying. And 1 year, about 2 years ago, I lost 12 of them from a buck that came in and just went crazy on all of them. But got about 26 planted, all looking good. Tried to do the wood chips and cardboard and all that, but this area is just too big, and Mother Nature, I just can't keep up with her. So I'm just gonna end up planting grass and then just mulch around every tree. It just can't keep up. Stuff grows, it don't grow from the bottom. Wind blows seeds and it just starts growing. So walk down to here, my first little bed here that I have. Planted a couple Italians in here because I want to see how tall I can get them to grow this year. Some of my onion sets right there. I got some Walla Wallas in there and some candies. So let's go down. You can see here some blueberry bushes. I just bought those this year. I have 18 of them in here total, with 26 fruit trees. I think I have a total of 15 grapevines now. Peach tree looking good. That's a peach tree, and that last year, I think that's the Pyrus pear, and I will tell you that is some of the best pears I've ever eaten. They were delicious. So let's keep walking down. Got more blueberry bushes. Right there, there, all down through here. We're gonna see these are 3 cherry trees. That one, and that one. This is my about second time planting them. I lost a couple in the buck, and a couple just died, just didn't grow. Replanted them, so they're growing this year, so we'll see. And what's funny is I saw something red on this one here today, and oh my goodness, that's crazy. Look at that, everybody. My first cherry. That's awesome. Alright, keep walking down. Planted some zucchini and squash right here. Got 6 of them here planted. They're looking really good. More fruit trees. They're doing very well. There's still a couple more down that way. Here's my grapes. I had to replant 2 of them last year. Lost them, but this is my 3rd year now on them, and got a little bit of grapes last year, but now this year I can see I'm gonna should get a lot more. I see a lot more grapes on these 6. And then I planted this year another row of 4 here, so I gotta get my post in. Now I just went through, did all my tomatoes, tied them up, pulled every sucker. I don't know if you've watched any of my videos. It's one thing I do. I pull every sucker off of my tomatoes. I let no suckers grow. See, we're already getting tomatoes on there. If you watch my videos, I was saying about how I buried, every one of these tomatoes are buried about 12 to 14 inches, and I only had about 6 inches sticking out of the ground. And this is why, like I said, once that root development kicks in, I mean, they just grow. I usually have tomatoes 2 to 3 weeks before everybody, and usually 3 to 4 weeks after everybody's garden's pulled. Mine's still growing. I stress the root development. It'll make your plant last longer throughout the season. So that's some of my tomatoes. Last year I planted all Italians in here. This year I didn't plant any in here because I knew what would happen. Like every year, I did a bed one year where I never planted anything in it. I just let whatever come up. And I've probably had about 100 easily so far of the Italians come up from last year. So I just picked a couple of them, and I'm just going to let them grow. There's a couple of them going down through the middle. Walk around here. Got our peppers. These are all bells. Got them all mulched. All the beds are mulched. Everything's looking good, so I am done pulling weeds for the year. Now it's just time to sit back and watch them grow. Come up here. Here's the other bell bed. And I was looking at a couple of these peppers here, and I think what happened was, see, these are supposed to be bells. And I think I got a cross-pollination one from last year from a bell and a hot banana. And this year, because these are not supposed to be hot bananas. And looking at that pepper right there, it looks like a hot banana. And there's 2 other ones that look just like that. But that's the chance you take when you keep your seeds every year. There's always that chance that some of the seeds you kept might have been cross-pollinated, which is cool, no problem. This is my bed right here. These are all my hot bananas over here. Looking good. And this bed here, these are all early girls. I planted 12 of them. These are the tomatoes I'll get here by the end. About 3 more weeks I should have tomatoes. Usually before the 4th of July I have tomatoes on all these and ripe ones, so we'll see. They're off to a good start. And over here, my peppers. And once again, I left a couple. See, there's a tomato back there, tomato here, because I planted tomatoes in this bed last year, so I'm just going to let a couple of them go. Same with some of the green beans. I'll show you on the bed to the left of me. Same thing, where they just came up from last year. You see, I had to put this fence here because I have deer that are always walking around in my yard, and for some reason they love to snip my green beans, and you can see they've been snipping them. So I put this up today. Hopefully they'll walk around and not do it. Same thing over here. These are my cucumbers. This whole bed's of cucumbers, and same thing. Left a couple tomatoes and peppers from last year. Just pop up. I'll let them grow with them. Cucumbers are going crazy. Look really good. I saw about 3 or 4 little ones already today, so that's always nice. Can't wait to start eating some fresh fruit, fresh vegetables out of the garden. So come up to this next bed here. Got a couple Carmens, Poblanos, and then these 4 right here are different kinds of cherries. I got 2 red cherries and 2 black cherries. And came down here. There's a couple porterhouses. That little guy there lagging way behind, but it was a lot smaller when I put it in the ground than the other ones, so I expect that. And here's my kohlrabies. I got some black-seeded Simpson lettuce in there. Got some romaine all through there. A new bed I built this year. Planted some strawberries. So these are strawberries I grew from seed this year and put them in, so probably won't really get anything this year. and had a couple extra peppers. Just put them, plant them in there with them. Okay, ladies, and there's my girls. Come here. I had 7 of them, but I ended up losing one this year. I had to put this netting on. I've lived here for 4 years, had the chickens for 3, and took a chance. And finally this year, a hawk wanted to fly in and snatch up one of my chickens. Luckily, I was home and saw it, and I only lost one. And then all of them on the other side, them are all blackberry bushes. Got about 6 of them. Look at that chicken right there. She's just taking a sleep. Looks like she's dead. Just laying there. She's really not moving. She's really out. Better go over and make sure that nothing is wrong with her. So, come back around here. Got some radishes in here. Put a little bit more kohlrabies, and then I got some basil and cilantro I planted in there. Was a little late on that, so that's why they're not up yet. And this year I made this a hot pepper bed where I planted some chilies, a couple ghost peppers, habaneros, jalapenos are in there. I had to actually buy a couple jalapenos. I only had a couple for some reason. Growing from seed, I'm not sure why. And the same thing with the ghost and the habaneros. I bought them, but I'll keep the seeds, and next year I'll grow them from seed. And then here's my onions. These were bulbs. I always start them on St. Patrick's Day. Every year, this is when I put these onions in. And they're looking really good. Alright, so there's just a quick little tour of the garden. It's looking pretty good. Wait a couple weeks and do another video and show you the difference. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and if you're not a subscriber, appreciate it if you hit that subscription button. Got any comments or questions, feel free to leave them. Thanks for watching.